Hey guys, what's up? This is Secretary2744 here today, and recently I was actually asked to see a quick preview of FaceTiming for the iPad and what I thought of it. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into a little review over FaceTiming for the iPad. And as you guys can see, I have the iPad 2 right here to the right, which has the back and front facing cameras, which work with FaceTime. And I have the iPod Touch 4th generation to share the FaceTiming example here today with you guys. Now this is already in FaceTime. Let's just go ahead and open up FaceTime here. Now there's no FaceTime errors in this application. There was on the iPod Touch 4th generation. Where you had problems basically signing in. This is a quick, simple sign in. You have your favorites, your recents, and your contacts. And basically, I have my favorites here, and I have my iPod Touch connected up with FaceTime. And as you guys can see, there is a previewed image here because it does have a big enough screen to the point where you can just sit here and you can go ahead and see yourself and preview yourself. It has vertical and horizontal view. As you guys can see, I personally use horizontal view because that's just the wider screen and everything. But as you guys can see, it'll show a demo of it and everything. And for say, let's just go ahead and use our iPod Touch to call our iPad. Just go ahead and click that. Send it up a FaceTime call. Now, I'm going to go ahead and answer it here, accept it. Nice little ringtone there, basically the same ringtones you're going to get out of the iPad 2. And as you guys can see, it echoes because, yeah. When you hold two iOS devices close together, that's what it does sometimes. But I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. And as you guys can see right there, I am, and this is through the iPod Touch 4th generation camera. FaceTime is very smooth on the iPad 2. There's basically no speed differences between iOS and iPad 2 here. It's pretty much the same, except as you guys can see, it's the bigger display here. Now what's really nice is I actually have noticed it is a bit faster than the iPod Touch 4th generation in some cases. Basically what I mean is it's got the bigger screen, bigger display. You can see better. This right here is still movable to all the corners. Very nice interaction here. You can go ahead and hop it from one corner to the other. I personally like it in the right-hand corner. Like I said, vertical and horizontal view. Just as smooth as any other FaceTime, as you guys can see. Bigger screen, it's always nice. The only problem I do have with FaceTiming on the iPad is that the device is so big that you have to hold it out completely arm length away. You have to hold it out in front of you. And that's kind of a problem because your arms are going to get tired after a while. No matter how strong you are, your arms will get tired after a while because usually when you FaceTime, it's oftentimes over a minute long. With the iPod Touch 4th generation, you can pick it up and you can carry it around. You have no problem holding it out in front of you. You never get tired or anything. So really, I think FaceTiming is better on the smaller devices such as the iPhone or iPod Touch. But when you look at it in a different perspective, if you want the bigger view, possibly if you're setting it with the smart cover on the iPad 2, I would definitely recommend just FaceTiming with the iPad because you get the bigger display. To me, microphone quality is a little bit better. Camera quality is about the same as the iPod Touch 4th generation. Overall, FaceTime is pretty much the same. You still have your mute and unmute buttons here. You can still exit it while FaceTiming. You can still flip the cameras, as you guys can see right there. More on the iPod Touch 4th generation where you can see. And like I said, it's pretty fast. So basically, that's just FaceTiming for the iPad. I think it's pretty cool. Now, as you guys can see right there, I'm still in FaceTime. It has basically the same exact options as the iPod Touch 4th generation as well as the iPhone 4 at this time. FaceTiming overall is pretty cool on the iPad 2, especially with a nice display, like I said. Thank you guys for watching this. Secretary2744. Hopefully that gave you a small perspective on what you might think about FaceTiming for the iPad 2. I personally think the bigger display shows a lot for the iPad 2, but I'd rather FaceTime on the iPod Touch 4th generation. So with that, thank you guys for watching this Secretary2744. Please be sure to go ahead and subscribe for more over the iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad. I make about daily videos now. Please also be sure to leave your comments, thumbs up this video if you found out something new, or maybe you just flat out like the video. That'll be much appreciated. Please also be sure to visit in the description below. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and my live shows. Thank you guys for watching this Secretary2744.